Let's look at some more absolute value equations. This one is ready for us to think about. Because the absolute value is isolated, the absolute value of 8f minus 8 is equal to negative 9. But here we need to stop and think about what we've said before. Doesn't the absolute value always come out positive? And this is saying that an absolute value will come out negative. We know that's impossible, so we know there is no solution for this one. We could stop right there and just say no solution, or the solution set is empty, no solution. Now, if you forget that and you set this up twice, once is negative 9 and once is positive 9, and you find two solutions, you'll still be okay as long as you go back and check your solutions, because they won't check. And remember, if your solutions don't check, they are no good, and so you won't be able to keep them. But this is the fastest way, just to remember that absolute values always come out positive, so this one cannot have a solution. Now let's take a look at this next one. The absolute value is not isolated, so we first need to isolate it. Many students make the mistake of dropping the bars and setting this equation, this whole side, up to 4 and negative 4. That will get you incorrect results. So remember that we have to isolate the absolute value first. So that means we need to subtract 7 or add a negative 7 to both sides. So now that gives us the absolute value of 2a plus 3. We're not ready to drop the bars yet. 4 minus 7 is negative 3. Now see why it's worth it to go ahead and look at that first, because now this is just like the one above. It's not worth our time, is it? Because now this is saying that an absolute value will come out negative. We know that absolute values always come out positive, so there cannot be a solution to this absolute value equation. All right. Let's take a look at two more. Okay, we're looking at more that need to have the absolute value isolated. Alright, so here we have absolute value plus 9 is equal to 17. So first of all, we need to isolate the absolute value. We're going to subtract 9 from both sides, or add a negative 9. That gives us, we're still working with the absolute value of x minus 1 is equal to 17 minus 9 is 8. Alright, and the 8 is positive, so we know we can set this up twice. So we have, we're ready to say the inside could be 8 or the inside could be negative 8. So drop the bars, x minus 1 equal 8, or x minus 1 equal negative 8. Now we're going to solve each new equation. This needs to have 1 added to both sides, so x is equal to 9. This has to have 1 added to both sides, so x is equal to negative 7. Now remember, we need to check these solutions in case we forgot something earlier. So the original, what did the original look like? I messed it up, so let's go back and say what it looked like. Absolute value of x minus 1 plus 9 is equal to 17. So let's check that. 9, that would be 9 minus 1 is 8. And the absolute value of 8 is 8. 8 plus 9 is 17, so that checks. Alright, let's check negative 7. Negative 7 minus 1 is negative 8. The absolute value of negative 8 is 8. 8 plus 9 is 17. So those check, and we could write our solution set in either order, negative 7 and 9. Right, let's look at that again here. We need to isolate the absolute value, so that would take minus 5 on both sides. And that gives us absolute value of m plus 7 is equal to 15. Remember, don't drop the bars at this point. We're not ready yet. Let's see. So now we're saying the inside could be 15 or negative 15. So our routine says drop the bars here. M plus 7 could be 15, or m plus 7 could be negative 15. Now let's solve each one. Let's subtract 7 from both sides here. M is equal to 8. Let's subtract 7 from both sides here. M is equal to negative 22. Alright, and again I messed up the original, so let me rewrite the original. Absolute value of m plus 7 plus 5 is equal to 20. And let's check this, both of these in the original. Let's check 8. Absolute value of 8 plus 7. 8 plus 7 is 15, and the absolute value of 15 is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20. That one checks. Let's check negative 22. Negative 22 plus 7 is negative 15. The absolute value of negative 15 is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20. That one checks. So our solution set has negative 22 and positive 8. Two numbers that work.